works. Summer. It's not even midsummer. It's like late summer. Episode 127, and the crew is all scrambled up. Everybody's here. I know you're here. But it was hysteria on the group chat with everybody going here and there and people canceling and people saying they're not going to get here. And I'm telling people, just keep your composure. All right. We're just going to get in here. We're just going to chop it up. It's that simple. Do you know
Everybody
what I mean?
relax. Everybody relax.
That simple. So right to start, you can tell I'm here live at the Bronco Bar, beautiful Ocean City, New Jersey. You can see the Bronco here, site of one of the first City Pigeons episodes of all time, which was fantastic. Rocky, you were down here for that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was with Rob, right?
Yep. We talked about how you almost died surfing when there were absolutely no waves. I remember that.
Yep.
So I'm here, keeping it real down the shore. I'm actually doing some advanced scouting for next week's shore episode at the Good Heart Bar just across the way. So I'm just scouting.
What kind of scouting needs to be done there?
I got to scout out the make sure the rum punch is good. I just stuff like that.
The important things.
The tough part about the deck is going to be the weather. It's going to be variable. So we have to see now. Rocky Bricklayer's with us. Rocky is
reporting live from this house of bricks I've been playing basketball for the past 3 weeks. So
that's what's going on.
Yeah, my shooting percentage is probably around 15% for the past 3 weeks. So we got 2 wins somehow out of that, but
Unlike anyone that shows any ability for the Sixers, you're still healthy though, right? You're available?
I am, dude. And I know you saw that text I sent. That guy who, I don't want to say rest in peace, but man, I felt bad. That guy, when you play in these older leagues, these adult leagues and stuff, there's some concern about injury. And every now and then a black cloud comes over the gym. And last week, this guy really just destroyed his knee and, put some thoughts into my head about maybe hanging it up. But I don't know if I can ever do that,
You can't.
Yeah, it's got to keep laying bricks. You got to, a shooter shoots through the slump. So that's what I'm going to do.
If you give up, you'll always wonder what you could have been. You know what I mean? You can't do that. I think you need to keep slinging bricks as much as possible. All right. So that's what we got so far, but I see we got some additions to the crew.
What we got?
Our man here, the Finkster, Eric Fink. He had the phone horizontal, but he screwed it
shit.
up.
I forgot that
one
quick.
Thing to do, Eric.
Boom.
I'm not a big fan of doing this remote.
Who's that back there? Is that Trevor?
Yeah. Someone's going to get
in the house. Look at this. Double the freaking slick heads. We got the little machine here. We got the whole crew, man. We're chilling. All right. Fink is labeled Birds Up Repeat Season Fink. So, Fink, we know how you're feeling today. I got to tell you, I started watching the preseason game and I already started having reactions, it's defense is Swiss cheese. Shipley is the next Saquon Barkley. You know what I mean? You're just like looking at stuff, reacting.
It's the preseason, right here. Man. You can't take any of this stuff.
I could care less.
Seriously.
My son said the Bengals are a bunch of tryhards for starting their guys. So
especially with someone who's like made out of paper mache, like Joe Burrow. I can't believe they're throwing that guy out there like that. That dude could tear a knee up like stepping on an ant out there.
He must be a real Philly fan because he just said, "I hope they get injured." So
yeah,
my bad.
I wouldn't wish that on the man, but
yeah, seriously, I always feel bad for Joe Burrow. You know what I mean? He's throwing up these ridiculous statistical seasons, and the guy can't win anything. But you know what? We want to repeat. Forget him.
Yeah.
Can't help that he's a loser.
He won a national championship. That's good enough for him.
He lost in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Burrow lost in the Super Bowl.
He made it.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. I saw Meach percolating, but he went away, so he's not here. What are you going to do? All right. Do you guys agree with me? Sometimes I make the mistake of thinking that everybody in Philly that's a fan thinks exactly the same as I do. Make that mistake all the time. But I feel like as compared to even a normal season, people really could care less about the preseason this year. And I'm thinking we as fans are like fat and happy. We have the luxury of not even feeling like we need to worry about the preseason because our team looks great again and we just won the Super Bowl And so I feel like more than ever, we're like, this is BS. I'm actually referring to it as Super Bowl privilege. You guys have heard of white privilege before. It's a Super Bowl privilege where we have the privilege of just ignoring the preseason, everybody else, and just, putting our hands on our oversized bellies and just, feeling. But my question is, my mom used to say this. She would say, pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered, right? So, like, I'm a little bit worried. Am I getting a little too, casual? Is it going to be rougher than I think?
No, I think what you're experiencing is the watering down of the NFL preseason. It's just worthless at this point. Like, remember back in the day, you had 4 games. You see the starters play a quarter in the first game, and then maybe ramp it up to 2 quarters in the second game. Then the third game, they go even deeper. Now it's just like they play 3 games. The starters like never play. It's just like, who cares? Just let's start the season at this point. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean?
Fink, are you muted, bro?
Nah, I'm just messing with you guys. That was funny, right? I don't care about the preseason, man. Like, especially your starters aren't playing.
Yeah,
There's a couple position battles. You want to see how the rooks look. Like, I can get all that in a 5-minute clip that they're gonna post later. I'm not gonna waste 2 hours of my time. I'm sorry. I love football, and I just can't get up for preseason. Maybe I am getting a little fat. Maybe it is fun winning, but hey,
if my team finished dead last year, that's a bad analogy. How about if my team finished right in the middle, I wouldn't care about preseason.
yeah. What are you
it's
getting
so
up
fucking
for? Like,
watered down, man. It's stupid. It's not stupid, but it's stupid to watch nowadays. Let's put it like that.
Now, but I do remember a time, and by the way, let's welcome the esteemed Mike Meach to the program. Meach, I don't know where you are, but it looks very excited.
I'm steamed. I'm not esteemed.
Meach, are you in hell? It looks like you're in hell.
Yeah,
like you're at the gates of hell, whatever that is behind you.
I've been there. This is where I'm at right now. Don't worry where I'm at. All right, everybody fucking canceled on me.
It's a secret. It's a secret.
I didn't cancel. I was gonna come down there, but we know what happened. So
yeah, whatever. And by the way, I got stuck in Eagles traffic in South Philly, and I know Nate Bargatze had a sold out show at the Wells Fargo, but this shit was fucking ridiculous. If this is a sign of things to come for the season, you better leave at like 4:30 in the morning for a 1 o'clock game.
Hey, I'm driving here. Is that how it was out there the whole time?
Wait, what?
Thank. All right. Here's the thing, though. I do remember a time where I used to tune in to the preseason looking for any shred of something to get excited
about. Just to chime in on what you were talking about with the preseason shit, I admire the Bengals for sending the starters out there because they didn't make the playoffs last year, so they have to show something. I mean, that's bullshit. You can't be a Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, that good and not make the playoffs 2 years in a row. So they better show their ass up in the first. The Eagles can do whatever the fuck they want. They're on. I don't know what you called it. They're on a fucking reprieve for me. I can't complain about anything they do. I'll just accept it.
No, it's Super Bowl privilege, Meach. Super Bowl privilege. Okay.
You can Hogs get slaughtered.
Hogs get slaughtered. That's what we got to worry about. Yeah, the announcers are saying something like the Bengals have started slow last couple of years, so they're starting to change it up. It's all good until somebody hits the ground, right? So,
yeah, well, that can happen at any time. You can't play to be scared to get injured. I mean, that's not how football or any sport is played. If you're scared to get injured, you're probably going to get injured. Now,
that sounds like Rock in basketball. You need to be talking to him. He should be scared.
But the thing is, if there's a ton of position battles that you need to look out for, like there's no need to play Jalen Hurts. I mean, there's zero reason to do it. Tanner McKee's probably your second string QB, but you want to get him some reps. You want to get him some first team reps. It's cool. I don't mind what anybody does in the preseason. Do whatever the fuck you think is good for your team. I mean, injuries happen. And if something happens in the preseason, you can't blame it on that. You're just trying. They could happen in training camp when no one's touching them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
CJGJ.
Yeah, I heard CJ might have busted his knee today, right?
Yeah, looks like he's cooked.
Poor guy. I don't wish any ill will against.
Oh no, none at all. Seems like bad things happen to him when he's not in Philadelphia. So
he's talked a little smack here and there, but no. Hopefully he's fine. All right. So as we do get going here, to Meech's point, there always are those little interesting position battles, and there are a variety of things that are new this year, or there are some question marks. And I was wondering from you guys, as you start to think about this, I know we're a little slow to get into it because we're fat and happy and just resting on our laurels a little bit.
Right? I'm not slow. I'm more tuned in this year than I think I ever was. I love this fucking team, man. I'm ready to go.
And I'm the opposite. I'm using the Super Bowl privilege to take my time to slowly figure out what's going on. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm coming from. But, there's always a couple guys that you're looking at and you're thinking what's going to happen. So I was thinking you guys could maybe tell me who the players are that you're looking at that you're really most intrigued by this year, or you're looking at them to see what they're going to be. And I'll start off by saying I'm looking at Nolan Smith, okay? Because last year, Nolan Smith finally went from the guy that made a couple plays to a guy that was making a lot of plays. And, the rap on him has always been that he's a little bit undersized. He's certainly fast, but, is he going to be strong enough to play against NFL offensive linemen? He took a big step last year, no doubt about it, and then was probably the most enjoyable person to watch at the Super Bowl parade, and give him credit for that. And I'm glad to see he's recovered. Some thought he wouldn't make it through that, but he did somehow. This year, they're basically relying on him, though, this year to be like a starting edge guy, as far as I can tell. And that's a big change from the role that he was playing before. And, that kind of is one of the assumptions. We're watching a punt return. Oh, there's a penalty there. That's one of a certain amount of assumptions that Howie and everyone else are making, right? Like, he's going to be able to make that jump. And obviously they know these players better than we do. But that's one guy I'm looking at to see, like, hey, can he, now that BG is gone, now we've lost a bunch of other defensive linemen, is he going to be able to be like an every down guy? And is his speed going to be so meaningful that he's going to be able to make a lot of plays? That's a guy I'm watching. What about you guys? Anybody got one that jumps out at you?
Well, I'm watching the two guys behind Nolan Smith, the Uche and the other edge rusher that isn't having too good of a camp, if I'm not mistaken. Who's the guy they signed from from the Giants? I think
Ojulari.
Yeah.
See, for example, we're not locked in. We're resting on the laurels.
No, I'm just really bad at remembering guys' names who are new and sound a little, I'm just bad at that. But we had Brandon Graham last year as our third edge rusher, and this year it's Oche and the other guy are going to be battling. And I mean, what else do you have to worry about? Every other position is pretty much the same as it was last year. There's zero on the offense to be worried about. Zero. Unless guys get injured. I mean,
the only thing you could possibly say on offense really is
coordinator. But he was there. Is that what you were going to say?
No, what'd you say? Coordinator.
Yeah.
Well, tight end, right? You don't have kind of the depth that you had last year. So, no, I'm not. You got the same. You have
the same exact tight end cores you had last year.
Calcaterra. Yeah, what am I talking about? For some reason, I thought we were going to lose Goddard. See, I'm so not locked in.
Right, man. I got to get locked and loaded, bro. This is this could be a legendary season.
I know, but that's why I got 3 weeks here to get it together.
And you know what? I was thinking about it. I ordered a new Eagles cap, and I was going to pick it up at the Rally House in Cherry Hill on the way here. But I did the Waze ETA, and the traffic was so bad, I knew I wouldn't make it to circle back and get to the coop. But I think I'm going to retire the Super Bowl champions hat and get on the same wavelength as the Eagles. Like that was last year, man. This is a new year. I'm not resting on laurels. Let's get going, man. Let's get down to business.
Interesting side topic, and we've talked about stuff like this in the past. What do you do with all of your championship gear, right?
Oh, this shit is legendary. I can wear this in 2042 and
I understand that. But you're coming, your Fink rips it right out. Look, you're coming to the game first week of the season. You're going to see a lot of that. Meech, do we need to, scrub that clean, and do we need to lock in and refocus here?
Well, here's the thing. I don't blame anyone for still celebrating. It's like when you're the defending champs. This is my thought when the Phillies won in 2008. My favorite year was 2009 because it was just a talk shit year, and they ended up losing to the Yankees, and it fucking crushed me. not just because they lost, but because I wanted another year to talk shit. Like, I love that, man. I love when you're the best team, and
this is your
you're,
talk shit year. I got it.
and
That's like being fat and happy.
they didn't just beat the Chiefs. They whooped their fucking ass. Like,
And
it wasn't close.
It feels
was,
like it's going to be a talk shit year too, because like we're saying, like the players are taking the mindset where they're turning the page. This fan base, we're psychopaths too. Like Mitch just said, he's ready to go in with a fresh mind like that. Or not
just
fresh
because
mind,
of the
but
team.
like everything's and now you're like, this team is gonna fucking I cursed already. This team's gonna mash people's skulls in this year, and that amps you up. Like you know how bad they beat the Chiefs. You're like, let's do it again. And I think we're all like,
they didn't just beat the Chiefs that bad. They beat the Redskins even worse. Like, this team, it's the fucking cream team. We'll fucking ruin you. We'll take your soul. Like, nobody wants to go against this D-line. Nobody wants to face our offense if you're a defensive coach. Like, Steve Spagnuolo was fucking shook, man. And he owned us up until last year. And the Chiefs owned Fangio up until last year. And it just fucking, it flipped, man. The script in the NFL flipped. And now it's Eagles NFC. And you know, the NFC team still hasn't repeated, NFC East team hasn't repeated as champs in like 20 years. You know that?
That's going down this
It's coming to an end this year, man. We're gonna win the East. I mean, and this will be the first time in like 17, 18, 20 years maybe that a team has won the East 2 years in a row.
Wait, there's been no repeat NFC East winners in like 20 years?
It's what makes it the best division in football, baby.
That's crazy.
It's what, 2006, 7?
Yeah,
Like
unlike the AFC East that had the Patriots win like fucking 17 years in a row.
It just feels like the Eagles have been dominating for like 20 years. I'm surprised that they haven't won 2 NFC East championships in a row.
You forget how good the Cowboys used to be and then choke in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, it's crazy that hasn't happened. I could see it, changing this year. But I think you said something there, Meech, that I wanted to ask you about. And I don't know if you meant this. You said no one wants a part of this defensive line. Did you mean offensive line?
No, I meant like no one wants a piece of our offense at all, but no one wants our defensive line. Like
how are you saying that? Like, what's making you say that?
Because you have to triple team Jalen Carter. And once you triple team Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith gets loose. And what about when Ty Robinson gets? I mean, listen,
I don't know, man. Devil's advocate, I think that's one of the areas specifically that I'm looking at where I'm like, we're making some assumptions about guys that are going to be able to do certain things. But
like, if you look at Nolan Smith and Jalix Hunt in the last half of last year, they were superstars, man. Jalix Hunt looked awesome in the fucking playoffs. They look just as good as Milton Williams, and I forget even who else did we lose? I mean, it's not like I'm upset we lost these guys. I'm excited for the new guys to step in.
I hear you, but my point is, it makes a lot of sense to say nobody wants a part of this offensive line because we know these guys. We know what they're capable of. They've proven it. There's been a lot of change in the defensive line, and we can't just have a podcast where we sit here and talk about how we're going to kick everyone's ass at it. I mean, I guess we
yes,
could.
we can. Yes, we can, because I'm more with Meech than the other side. Like,
okay, but I'm just trying to.
Defense looks nasty.
I'm not doing it for the sake of doing it, but I'm doing the exercise in my head of thinking through, all right, well, where could be the areas where maybe we are making those assumptions? We know the schedule's very tough, right? So, I'm hopeful. Look at a guy like Nolan. Like I said, I'm hopeful he can do what he looked like he could do. But I'm
it's football, man. Things can change quick. I mean, nothing. You can't take anything for granted. But
there you go. Ty Robinson had a sack, according to Blake. So
D-line, baby, White Rhinos. That's his nickname, right?
No, they call him Vanilla Gorilla, I think.
That was very close. White Rhino, Vanilla Gorilla. They're like basically the same.
Wait, this is great. Blake is giving us play-by-play. He said Jihad almost had a pick.
What are you worried about, Jesse? What are you worried about? Look at these.
He's not worried. He's just trying to be the voice of reason a little bit. I get it.
Plug and play. The Godfather, Coach Vic, baby. We have a fucking cutthroat defense. I'm amped up right now. I'm not even watching the game. I'm just talking about them to get me fucking wrong card like that.
I sometimes worry for the sake of worrying. I'm sorry for that, but
no, it's
just
legit,
too hard.
It's a legitimate thing, dude. You don't have to apologize, but I mean, I'm usually like that. At this point, I'm just so pro Eagles. They can't do any wrong, in my opinion.
Just the learned pessimist. That's all.
Yeah, the learned pessimist. You know, it goes back to the beginning. But we talked about this at one point where if I'm feeling too comfortable, I get uncomfortable, right? And that's kind of where I'm at, where I'm like, I got to find some reasons to feel a little bit uncomfortable, because if I feel too comfortable, that's probably not a good thing.
That's like some Jalen Hurts shit. That's how he motivates himself. You know what I mean?
That's right. Me and Jalen complete same wavelength in terms of motivation and athletic skills and intelligence and everything. And
I totally get it, man.
The whole thing across the board. All right. Well, we got lots of bird stuff that we can get into. I think we're just going to have
Hell yeah, brothers.
3 weeks. I did, by the way, people need to know, I did get a text from a certain someone with a certain beer company today asking if we were going to be doing a tailgate on the week 1. So happy to announce that no Yingling. Our wonderful friends at Kenwood are ready to rock.
Nice. Yeah.
I haven't negotiated with Fink's Hoagies yet, but usually that's a pretty smooth negotiation. As long as their delivery guy can get them there.
From what I heard, Blue Monkey Catering wants to do every single game this year.
Yeah,
so
I know.
I think they're in.
Yeah, I think we'll have Blue Monkey Catering too. This is all happening in real time, but
I'm still trying to source tickets for that game. Has anyone heard of any tickets lingering out there?
I just already gave up on tickets, man. I'm going to go watch the game somewhere after the tailgate. Tickets are way too expensive, dude.
Yeah. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for me because I give Rock my ticket usually, and I haven't even thought about it yet. So maybe some sort of skills challenge or something. Anyway,
3-point contest.
All we know
field goal, kicking field goals.
Okay, you can see some hammies getting blown out doing that.
Man.
So yeah, going to be a great time week 1. That is closer than we think. So it's very exciting. I'm watching the game out of the corner of my eye. I was at Johnny Wilson makes a nice catch. Yep. Johnny Wilson, a lot of upside there. Anyway, I want to ask you guys a question. Fink, I know you're locked into this. Do you guys, Meech, I think you listen to a fair amount of WIP. Rock, you don't listen to WIP, right? You're like
I've cut out the sports radio, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah, completely.
Okay. All right. Well,
Fink, what's WIP?
Yeah, Fink, you kind of have to. Meech, I don't know if you're like me. I grew up listening to sports radio. That's all I really
no, I'm a huge 94.1 guy.
All right. What do you make of this, the DeCamera versus Fritz athletic competition? Because, I got to be honest with you. When you listen to a lot of radio and you start to really, understand who they are and the personalities, and then they go back and forth, I find it kind of captivating, to be honest with you. I was watching a little of the YouTube stream of them playing tennis, and it wasn't very entertaining, the actual tennis itself. But the way they go back and forth in the shows are getting after each other, I find it pretty compelling. I want to see what you guys thought because I'm enjoying it.
I'm locked in, but my thing is I'm a Fritz guy, and it's kind of letting me down the past with this tennis tournament. Should have won golf.
Yeah,
I'm tapped in.
So wait, there's two radio guys going at it in different athletic competitions.
Yeah,
best of 5 events
from 2 different shows on the station.
Are they live streaming these competitions?
They've started to. So it's Joe DeCamera from the morning show and Jack Fritz from the afternoon.
Now, are these guys in any type of decent athletic condition, or there's 2 fat dudes
Well, I'm not going to call them fat, but they're not in athletic shape, I wouldn't say.
Fritz used to play baseball and
college ball.
And DeCamera's, he's an older guy, but he's like
in his 40s, tall, lanky like me.
Yeah. So it's not embarrassing, you know what I mean? They're not going out there falling on their face. And
it's like me going out there on Wednesday night and going 3 for 16. Something.
Although they did a golf challenge and Fritz embarrassed himself. He totally folded under pressure. It was pretty bad. It's just he just lost character. He didn't lose the game. He just fucking lost control. It was like a Vandervelde. Remember that dude?
I think we should copy it directly because
Fink, just steal it.
Yeah, Fink and Goodhart have had a couple back and forth. First was javelin throw, right?
Mhm.
Javelin.
Second
That's the great.
Yeah. Second was softball pitch, I believe. So they're already pretty much on their way there. This could be something interesting, and I think it would be similar. But listen, there are similarities here. Hear me out. Fink is the younger guy who may be in better shape. Mark played baseball in college. You know, like it could be kind of cool. I like it.
It would be kind of cool about how badly I beat Mark and he could never. Who's farting?
That's my phone. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm not.
That was a legit fart.
That was like the third time it happened, and I let the other two go because someone was talking, but it's
Can't let it go anymore.
No, it would be embarrassing for Mark because like Mark's a good guy. Like he's gonna get hurt out there. You can't do that to him.
What? I mean,
stop it.
I'm not gonna pick sides here, but Mark's he's an ex-college athlete. Anyway, but I feel like we've been talking about these kind of things forever.
D2,
and we just never
D3.
do it, right? So Jess is the boss. Jess makes the calls for the most part.
And he just said he has an extra Dallas Cowboys ticket. So
we've been talking about this for a while. We talked about maybe doing a little combine action, little javelin 3-point contest. Now that
javelin's out of the question. That's not real shit.
Hold on. So now that these two chumps on the radio are doing it, I mean, I don't mean to call them chumps. These two guys on the radio are doing it.
Now it's time for the podcast.
And you're entertained by it. Now you want to get into it, Jess. We've been talking this up for years, man.
Yeah, tell him, Rock. Tell him.
I mean, it's not a novel concept to have an athletic challenge. You know what I mean? So it's not like they own it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Let's do it.
Yeah, but by the way, there will be javelin, and that's because that was what
there has to be javelin
of the challenge was, and it's pure strength, right? It's just how far can you throw this spear thing, you know?
How about let's get innovative and we have a javelin toss, and on the other side, the javelin catch. That's dangerous.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'm throwing first.
Oh my gosh.
It's for Cowboys Eagles tickets. I mean, maybe best man wins.
That's funny. You know what the funny thing is? I was actually thinking it would be either Rock or Meech that got the ticket because both of them were like talking about it, and then you guys wouldn't even be in this. You wouldn't have a chance. So
I agree.
It's I don't know. We got to think about.
Strike all of you out. So we can play.
We'll see.
See, look at Rock. Rock knows he ain't got it anymore.
Baseball is not really my thing.
I'm just too lazy to put it all together, but we'll see. Maybe we start.
That means it's not happening. Well, on to the next subject.
We need to, because it's football preseason still going on, right? We still got some time. We need to implement this year a City Pigeons fantasy football scenario, whatever. And
we should do that.
And I got this idea from my boy Blake, actually, Blake, who's in the chat. All the participants in the league we need to have some sort of athletic event for the draft order, maybe 40-yard dash or the bench press or the vertical jump or something.
But we have like 3 weeks to set that up, and we can't even get together on a Thursday for our podcast. That's for all remote. I still like the idea of a City Pigeons fantasy league, though.
Okay, but here's the question: let's say we do the fantasy league. Who's in it? Is it us, and then who else?
Some of the loyal followers. Come on, man.
There's 6
I know,
of
but there's
us.
so many of us. There's barely any spots.
There's 6. There's 6 of us, and then you have 6 for listeners.
Invite only, man. Invite only.
And if a listener wins, they are a new person on the podcast, and someone from the 6 gets regulated. Yeah. Okay.
We could also do we do that guillotine league. We could do a guillotine league and add more. You could have like 18 teams in a guillotine league.
Okay, here's what that is. I'm giving you the assignment of figuring out the best way to do this, and let's come up with a plan. And then we'll start getting people to apply if they're interested, and send us some information about themselves. And we'll
send a self-addressed stamped envelope to.
If you're one of the 7
2031 Hamilton Avenue,
and you hear us making a league, reply to us that you want to join.
Right.
You'll get like 3 going that way.
The squirrel's here. Here, squirrel, come here. Squirrel's here. He definitely is in on this.
What's up, Squirrel?
I got too many leagues, man. I don't think I can handle another.
Oh, you're in. Stop it. You're probably in like no league. You're probably
Didn't you win both the leagues last year or something?
Probably in a couple 8-man leagues.
Jesse's 20,000 leagues under the sea.
I had a down year last year, man. Like awful betting. I don't want to talk about it. All right. So,
yeah, but anyway, real quick, back to the Eagles, real quick, and this is a small point for most people.
Smart.
Right?
Yeah, what's the score? Because I can't tell because I'm using my fucking phone, so I can't do anything else but talk.
Who cares?
No one cares about the score.
Yeah, back to
I do.
And this is a small point, and most people always overlook this. And
Someone who bet $25 on the Eagles to have 2+ passing touchdowns, they care.
14-10. And I think the touchdown the Eagles scored was a running touchdown.
Meech, I took the 3 passing touchdowns plus 920. That was gross.
What do you?
I almost did that. I just did safe and did 2.
I figured Tanner
McKee running in
could,
from the 1 yard line.
Tanner or Kyle
here's the shot.
bombing.
Sidney Brown into the blue tent.
There it is.
It's just
that's no good.
If you are a human battering ram, you go.
Was it a head?
I don't know.
Was it a head or was it
going in there?
A body part. Anyway, so
we got 13 draft picks, bringing a new safety. It's cool.
You sure it wasn't his twin brother in the Eagles switched in the Eagles jersey?
So listen. So anyway, earlier today I was joking around when I sent that text about you said, "Hey, who's somebody you're looking forward to?" Right, but this part of the game is overlooked, right? So it's the kicker, and I mean Jake the Snake has been rock solid up until last year, man. And I looked at the stats, right? Just because I was just curious, I was just joking around, but I was like, let me just actually look at this. I remember him having some iffy moments last year, and his over 50 kicking last year took a huge plummet. So he was only 1 for I think 7 last year for kicks over 50. And I don't know if these were all like 58 yarders or 59 yarders, but like, is my man washed? And like,
let me ask you something. How many did he miss in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, but you can't get to the Super Bowl if you
I remember this fucking Joe DeCamara 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. He's like, we should replace our kicker if we.
I'm not saying
replace
him. I'm just wondering.
He's like, we should cut him. No, this was before the Super Bowl. He goes, we should cut him and sign Brandon McManus. I was like, is this fucking guy? Like, is he serious? This guy?
Temple Zone, Brandon McManus.
That guy didn't go to Temple.
But still, fucking. I'm Jake Elliott till I die. Till his leg falls
I'm Jake
off.
Elliott too, but I think there needs to be a backup plan there, man, because that's an important part of the game. Like that can make or break some games, and we all know.
I'm Jake Elliott until the Eagles draft Trey Smack, who just was named Gator Man of the Month for the Florida Gators. He's entering his senior year as the kicker for Florida. He will be drafted by the Eagles. Trey Smack. You heard that.
This is your family tie
right
there.
Blood relative, baby.
Well,
and fucking pray on that because then we'll get them on the pod.
I just think we need to have a little backup plan, man. That's
locker
all.
room and shit.
Don't overlook it, man.
Here's the thing.
Is the last name Smack?
Yeah, his last name is Smack.
Oh, that jersey will go so hard.
I know, right?
Smack Eagles jersey.
I recommended the catchphrase "Smack that ass," but he's kind of got a clean cut image. So I don't know if it's gonna work. We'll talk about it, but. No, I'm going to go in October. Actually, Mark and I are going to go down to Gainesville and
you're going to the swamp.
Yes, we're going to see the Gators versus the Texas Longhorns.
Dude, I've been to the swamp. It is
down horns or whatever they say
on game day.
Yeah, they go like
horns
that.
Horns down.
Rock, didn't you have a cousin that played for Florida?
Yeah.
And Tebow?
Yeah, my cousin Tim Tebow was down there.
Is there an extended invite to City Pigeons?
Nah, man. This is nah. I don't think so. We talk about that.
Thanks. Good looking out. Like I went back in like I guess it was 1990 something because I flew down to Florida with weed in my bag, so it had to be pre 9/11. We went to Miami for to the Orange Bowl. We saw Wide Right 3 with Miami versus Florida. That was when Jeremy Shockey, Ken Dorsey I wore a Santana Moss jersey down there. It was a fucking awesome time.
Amazing. Wow.
Still have a Santana Moss jersey at my parents' house. I should go get that.
I know we got like Penn
number
State
6
here,
Miami
like,
jersey.
Those those big Southern schools, man. Those college games are insane, man. Like I was a little bit.
That was one of the best times I
age.
ever had in my life.
Yeah,
Going
I
to
was
that
like
game.
a little bit younger when I went down there, so I was like of age to like and really enjoy it. Might be a little different now and being older, like how your experience is gonna be, but it is an insane.
Yeah.
team,
It was
man.
funny because I was like 18, 19, and it was my brother-in-law's bachelor party, who was marrying my sister. So he's like fucking 6, 7 years older than me. So it was all his friends and just me. So I didn't like they weren't my friends, but I was hanging out with them, and a couple of them bet Florida State huge in the game. The one dude painted his face like gold and maroon, and he fucking painted it all over. And then at halftime, they were getting their ass kicked, so he went into the bathroom to wash it all off. But the tan lines had already set, and he had like fucking lines in his on his face. It was the funniest shit I ever seen.
Yeah, the goggle tan.
What a story! Thanks for sharing, Mike.
So
Fucking idiot.
how did we even
What a
get here?
horrible story. I think
How
I'm
did we get
leaving.
here?
I enjoy your stories.
What is going on?
Well, we were talking about
Jesus
Jake
Christ.
Elliott being potentially washed. And I will say, there were
Jake
moments
Elliott
last year
being
where it
watched
got
and Meech's
sketchy.
boy wearing Florida State paint.
And it
with
got
sunburn.
suntanned on his face for the
We cover
rest
it
of the
all,
week.
baby.
Like, imagine being like a 24-year-old single dude in Miami,
Back to the
and you have
story.
FLA fucking suntanned onto your face. Like, you remember Police Academy when they put dork on Commandant fucking or whatever his name's,
There it is. Obscure
There's
90s.
there's the reference.
and he's walking down the beach. He fell asleep on the beach. They put dork on his chest, and he wakes up and he's taking a walk on the beach. Everyone's like, "Yo, what up, dork? Hey, dork!" And he's like, "Why is everybody calling me dork?" It's because
Totally
you fucking
unrelated to that, but related. It just made me think of this. I saw this meme today. Somebody sent to me, and it was making fun of bikers that signal, and it said something about them being white and nerdy. And then I realized that Weird Al Yankovic did a cover of Riding Dirty, and it's white and nerdy. This is phenomenal stuff. If you hadn't had a chance to check that out, shout out to Weird Al Yankovic.
That's
Weird
the
Al
first
Yankovic
time
is
you
still out
heard
there
it?
doing it, huh?
Yeah, I never heard. I don't know. I lost touch. I actually believe I went to Weird Al, or I was gonna go to Weird Al back in the day. I was big on Weird Al, man.
here's
and I
I
fell
have
in love with them. Go
I
ahead,
have a
Mike.
thing about Weird Al. Like,
I bet you do.
everyone loves Weird Al, man, for some reason. I think his shit you can listen to it once and then that's enough. Like, I don't
course.
ever want to listen to his shit more than once.
No one's saying you should.
Like, it's pretty funny, and then okay, I never want to hear it again.
Okay, but when he made the videos, like I'm fat, you know what I mean? Like that you could watch that a couple times.
Do you think you could beat Weird Al one-on-one in a fist fight, Meech?
Are you kidding, dude?
No, that's what I'm asking.
Isn't Weird Al like
unless
80
he's got-
years old at this point?
He might be tall and he might have a good reach, but dude,
And
I
he's
could
weird. And he's weird. Don't forget he's a little weird.
Yeah,
I
he
could
might have
definitely
that
get
plug-in.
inside and fucking uppercut his chin and send him into outer space like with a Ryu. Ooh, I do.
But he's really been willing to put himself out there, And when you have that kind of personality, you might really fight to the death.
But listen, especially at my age, I'm not into fighting people and I wouldn't. Why would you want to fight Weird Al Yankovic?
Yeah,
he's like the most like I don't think I could get mad enough at Weird Al Yankovic.
Are you threatening Weird Al?
Are you
threatening Weird Al right now?
No,
guys,
calm down over there.
I'm doing the exact opposite. I'm saying like Weird Al.
Just wrangle the cats in, buddy. Just wrangle the cats in.
With the way
me just threatening to kill Weird Al. This is getting insane. We got to go.
Right.
We got to move on.
All right, we do got to move on. All right, let's touch on the Phils a little bit. We were lucky enough to be going live last week right after the Duran. I still feel weird saying it. Joan Duran.
No, I feel much more comfortable now that I heard other white people say it.
How do you say
Jahan
it?
Duran.
Jahan Duran. Okay, cool.
You don't have to go Jahan Duran. That's what I hate, man. It's Jahan Duran.
Okay, so we went live moments after the news broke that he was traded to the Phillies, and we got Harrison Bader in addition. And I do have to say, it feels like there's some real juice injected into the squad. Obviously, if we're in a close game, it's a totally different scenario now. And Bader did some nice stuff. I think he's a really good outfielder. So the one thing that we got out of this that I'm most excited about is we can stop hearing about people saying how Rojas needs to play because he's such a good defender. Like, stop with this. Come on, we don't need that anymore. But I felt like there was a lot of juice. 2 really good series. There was one thing that happened with the Phillies that was interesting to me. And Fink, I think you were kind of hinting at this a little bit online this week. Did you guys see the Max Kepler interview?
Yeah.
Rock, I know you saw it, right?
Kind of pathetic.
This is Max Kepler. Who's that? Is that the guy with the old coach? The old coach?
No, that's Gabe Kapler.
Oh, Gabe Kapler.
Jesus Christ, Rock.
Rocky on baseball, man. Max is the.
I'm trying to get back into it a little bit. I'm trying.
German guy.
Keep trying. Anyway,
both white and German.
Kepler, come on. Kepler said some things. There's been a couple times this season when people have said things that I'm like, geez, that's not good. One of them was like when Luzardo was talking about struggling pitching, and I was like, that doesn't sound good. Kepler said something along the lines of like he's been struggling to be present and he's been unlucky his career, and I don't know what this guy was talking about. And it's like one of these moments when you give the guy credit for really speaking truthfully from the heart, but you're like, this doesn't sound good. This does not sound like the mentality you want your professional athletes to have.
Man. Like, listen, I think so. It happens so often in sports nowadays where if you talk about your feelings and your mental health, you're like just congratulated on the spot. But in reality, man, if you want to be a pro athlete, like usually the guys who can't cut it are separated or early in the process. You know what I mean? Like if you're not mentally strong, and there's only a small percentage of people who could be professional baseball players, whether it's physical or mental. Like it's all combined, man. And I don't like to see guys. I mean, I know that's how he feels, and is he looking for sympathy? See, if that was me, I'd be like, I'm just doing the best I can. I can't control any of this, but he's like talking about bad luck, and it seems the kind of same shit Joel Embiid does. Like they try to prey on your feelings. I know you're a good person, dude. I like you as a human. I'm not against Max Kepler, the human being. I just want you to hit more base hits and hit a few out of the fucking park, man. I just want you to stay healthy. I hate when these guys like play on that shit, especially in a post game interview. It was
really what he should have said. Listen, since the team signed me and gave me the opportunity, I've had 300 at bats this year. I've been given every opportunity to take a stranglehold on the job. I haven't been able to do it. I haven't played as well as I wanted to, and that's on me. And I got to
just be honest with yourself every once in a while.
Right? I don't need to hear about the presence though, because that's a second level of this. It's like, all right, we know that you're not playing as well as you want to. Now you're telling me that mentally you're having issues being present enough to do that. And you just need to look at your teammates and what they're doing. And that's all just making me think, man, you don't have the kind of mental approach that you really need to have. Because I like to think if you don't have reckless self-belief, if you can't tell yourself you're the best, even when you strike out 4 times, I don't know how you can play baseball, which is what makes it so hard.
Well, didn't he have the quote 2-3 weeks ago about he's not getting every day at bats and stuff like that, and and then so that sours you on him there, and then you come up with the next interview, and then I see it kind of like maybe he just sees the writing is on the wall, like he might be out of here, and he's just reflecting, but he's not good enough. I don't want to hear the everyday player BS. Just go out there, try your everyone says it all the time. Just go out there, try your best, and the fans love you. But once you start going to the media and being like, right,
let's be fair. Think about this: if Edmundo Sosa came out and said, "You know what? To be honest with you guys, it's really hard for me to feel like I'm maximizing my potential with the way that I'm in and out of the lineup," I would be like, "That's fair. That's totally fair." But for a guy who they attempted to hand the everyday job to say he's not getting enough, whatever.
No, he's batting 200.
It's a joke.
That's the bottom line. He's batting 200.
And he has every opportunity.
That's not like we have a center fielder, left fielder in the minors who's batting like.
I have an alert.
300.
I have an
but
alert.
They say he makes too many ground balls, so he can't come up to the majors. Like, I don't know, man.
I have an alert. We have an Eagles passing touchdown with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the second quarter. So if you were someone who bet 2 to 3 passing touchdowns, I think you're back in the game.
Yeah.
There you are.
Let's go, Fink. All I need is one more.
That's a risky bet, dude, because some of these preseason games, they're like 13-7 or whatever.
I love our backup. That's what I banged.
So
that's what I thought. The Bengals defense is just ass.
Yeah.
And then you had Tanner McKee, who's actually
the Bengals defense is ass in the regular season. I can't imagine in the preseason.
Exactly.
That was my thinking.
And then McCord, I figured they want to see what they have in him. Let him just launch some fucking balls. Let's play.
You guys are rationalizing your degenerate gambling on the preseason.
Oh my god!
How else are we going to do it?
If you want me to watch the preseason game, I got to put a couple bucks on.
Yeah, I feel you. So wait,
how else am I going to rationalize it?
This Max Kepler fella. Is he? It sounds like he's seeking out some sympathy. Is he looking for one of those like the Trey Turner thing where the crowd cheers for him every time he comes up?
No, because Trey Turner signed for fucking 9 years and $200 million. Max Kepler could be cut tomorrow and no one would give a shit. So nobody will give him that. Like the only reason anyone did that for Trey is because it was like we're stuck with him for a long time. So we better do anything we can to get him going. Max Kepler, it's like, dude, fucking just leave. We don't care. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
Where's Jess?
Jess is right there.
I was gonna hit the face with a bug.
What are you talking about? Are you
blind? Was he spinning for everyone else or just me?
Just you.
Look.
Meet you all right there?
No, Jess, I'm watching on
looks like the cops are coming up behind
Jesse has been a non-video spinning thing for the last 2 minutes.
No,
it's been rotating, going to different people to spin thing. I see it.
I haven't seen it, but I do think it's pretty remarkable. The lighting here in the Bronco bar is spectacular. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're in the Bronco bar, man?
Yeah,
you don't see that giant Bronco back there? You don't see it says Bronco bar in his name tag?
Yeah, what are you looking
at? I'm doing it on my phone. The screens for each of you guys are about this big. I can't see anything.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm in the Bronco bar and it's lovely. The rum punch is flowing like water.
When's the Down the Shore episode? Is that next week?
It's Mark's next week. Birthday? Yeah, there are a lot of people who are excited about it down here. Mark actually hit me up. He's like, "Should I get a food truck? Or is that overkill?" And I'm like, "Mark, I think that might."
Hell yeah!
I stopped him. I shouldn't have stopped him.
Why'd you stop him?
Yeah, why would you tell him no?
Because I'm a good friend, man. I'm a good friend. Like, we don't need a food truck.
Let Mark live
his life back out at the last minute.
Yo, you know what the funny thing is? Wait, so it is his birthday.
Yo, can we talk about this Clips concert?
All right, hold on, real quick before we do that. Should I text him right now and be like, "Hey, we're talking about next week, and we're feeling like it might be kind of bigger than we thought. The food truck might not be food truck idea." Wait, Rock left, and we're going to talk about the Clips concert? That's weird.
No, I'm still here.
Where are you? You went
everybody
audio.
In the club.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you went audio only. There you are.
He went incognito mode.
Sorry.
All right. Tell me about the Clips concert.
All right. So here's my view of the Clips concert, right? Like I had to Jess, you mind if I, tell the story? Jesse works with the person who runs Franklin Music Hall, and he's like, if you guys want to get into the show, I can hook you up. So I was like, all right, well, put it this way. I want 1 ticket. Fink wanted 2. Rock wanted 3. So just hook it up like that. So then the day of, Fink's like,
1.
Yo, I can't go. I was like, fuck. Now how am I going to get the other 2 to your boys? And I'm texting his boy Div, and I was like, "Yo, are you still going?" He's like, he's like, I can't go down. And then they text me back. They're like, yeah, none of us are going.
None of them went?
In the meantime, I fucking asked one of my buddies to go, but now I only have a +1. So I'm praying that I could sweet talk this person at the will call to a sold out show that people are fucking waiting in the will call, like begging for tickets, that they're going to slip me some tickets to somebody that I'm not that person. Well, turns out I was able to sweet talk the girl and I got the tickets, but
shocking.
So otherwise I would have to send my one friend all the way the fuck home. Anyway, Rob.
Well, they didn't ask for ID. They said, "What's your name?" You just gave him a fake name.
Just
Yeah.
just for the
asked me for
record,
ID for mine.
I had a very important dinner that that was rescheduled that I forgot about that you guys might have seen posted.
Listen,
that
I love
had
you.
to go. I had to attend.
Questionable etiquette here on this one. You know what I mean?
It was one I forgot. If you guys see the photo that was on social media that someone posted, you know where I was at. I don't want to put anything out there.
I understand, but if you get put on the guest list as the guy plus the 2,
I know, man.
then you don't go. Then they don't go.
I was gonna get. I get beat, guys. You guys, I'm just kidding. That's not funny to say. I get yelled at, and I don't like getting yelled at. And I was.
There's no way that was just thrown on you that day, right?
No, it was rescheduled because of the heat the week before.
Because of COVID.
No, the heat, and I forgot about the dinner, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, we're going to the concert tonight with blah blah blah," and she goes, I was going to make a voice, and then my lovely lady was just like, "Hey, sweet boyfriend, we had the dinner tonight." And I was like,
"You're like, I'm gonna go see the clips. Fuck this."
You said it's not funny, the idea of you getting beat, but it is ironic considering that part of your courting of your significant other was you offering or desiring her to beat you with a baseball bat. So
yeah, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about kinks on the. You said children listen to this. I don't want them to know my kinks.
So here's the worst part is now I got to text Jesse and be like, "Hey, can you text the person who you've already texted and asked a favor of for another favor on top of that to switch the names of the people I've already told you to a completely different name?" Like it's just a huge pain. And then fucking what happened to Div and Ed? Where'd they go?
I'm not airing out no one's business.
Oh man.
I don't know if you're listening. We'll talk off air. I'll talk
listen,
off air.
He can't get the Cowboys ticket. You know, he can't. He's not showing the proper.
I mean, listen,
they missed a great
point.
show.
I'm just busting balls, but we went to the concert. I've never seen the fucking Electric Factory or Franklin Music Hall packed that bad. Like there was no standing room where you could get a good spot to watch the show. Really, it was fucking packed. It was a good show, but it was
packed.
It was mobbed, man.
When when the
people
clips
were
came
trying
on,
to
it just
bust
like it was
in
even
front
more
of you
packed.
to get a better seat when there are none. Like just like complete assholes trying to get in front of you. Like
question. So that's like my all-time favorite venue, just because when I was
mine too.
I saw like all the bands I loved there.
Yeah,
and so very familiar with it. And my question to you guys is, given that it was like that, what was your strategy? You know, because you've got the upstairs, the floor, the side under. You know, how did you guys?
We both got there a little bit late. I got there a little bit earlier than Rock, so I went straight upstairs, and all the seats were already taken along the fucking line. Then they have an up top, and all that like space was taken all close. So we were at a point where I could barely see the fucking stage. So I was watching the opener from up there for a little while, but I was looking at the little TV that's in front of us. So I was like, all right, let's start heading down now before clips get on. So we have a half decent, because I knew where Rock was. Well, I had an idea where Rock was, but even that, it was like, it was so, Rock. Am I wrong? Like
it was like, so I got there. We got there before the show. What do you call it? The curtain call or whatever.
Yeah.
8:00. I got in there probably around 7:45, 7:50. The place was already packed. So I'm like, all right, I remember the last time I was there was probably 10 years ago to go see Schoolboy Q, and I was on that upper bar, but I was like very close to the stage, so like I was kind of like side stage, and I was like, man, this is fantastic seats. So I always remember that. So I went up to that. I was like, Meech wasn't like responding. I was like, I'm gonna go to that spot, and I went to that spot, and there was just like there was no room to like see anything. This is before anything even started. So I was like, Meech isn't getting back to me. It looks like there's some space downstairs. Fuck this. I'm gonna go downstairs and just stand like dead in the middle as close as I can. And I did that. And then I'm texting with Meech. Our boy Lunt comes in. I'm like, hey, this is where I'm at. And I had a pretty good spot. And then the closer and closer that it gets to showtime, just people just start coming up behind me. And it's like the entire place was packed. But I feel like we had a pretty good spot. Yeah, there might have been a head or two in front of you, and you gotta
guy like
that
Trevor
around them to
up in front of
see.
you, and you're just like,
Yeah,
oh, what the
but it's that's your all-time favorite spot. That might be my all-time worst favorite spot after that experience. But
No, don't say that. We love that venue.
no,
Thank you,
Okay,
Jesse.
so
that
that's
venue is
bad
a great
etiquette as
spot.
well.
We
You
love
got
that
put on the list.
venue.
You
I'm
got put
sorry.
on the list. You went in, then you called the venue your least favorite spot.
no,
Very
no.
poor
I
etiquette.
had a great time. Don't get me wrong. I had a great time. The show was great. I got to see everything pretty good. It's just like
Meech, if you ever want to go to the Franklin Music Hall again, let me know. The rest of you,
I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson there. If you're going to
I
go
had a
see a
blast.
popular show there, you
I
got to
took my
get there
buddy. It was
way
his
early. That's
birthday the
all.
next day. I took my buddy Dom, who just got home from Bermuda.
He looked like he had a great time too.
Yeah, we really did. We had a great time, and getting out of there is pretty fucking easy. I mean, I really like the venue. I do.
No,
It's my
the
favorite
venue's
venue of
fine.
all time.
Listen, don't get me wrong. The venue's great. It's just you got to get there very
Rocky
early and
Bricklayer.
claim a spot.
Not
That's
really,
what I
Worst
like.
man.
venue in America.
It's not.
I mean, it was just that was sold out, and I mean,
Yeah, that
yo,
shit was packed, man.
to
It was
sell out the
it
Franklin
was
Music Hall like that on a Tuesday for being a 25-year-old rap group. I mean, not 25 years old, but the rap group has been established for 25 years. That's pretty fucking impressive, man.
guys, how was the actual show though?
Oh, the show was awesome.
The show was
And
fantastic.
they did an encore with Roscoe P. Coltrane, who you probably don't know who he is, but he was on a few Clip songs. He was like on some of the Re-Up Gang shit, and they had the song "Hot Damn," which they had a video for, and he's been in jail for like 6 or 7 years. He just got out recently, and he came out and did the
that was
last
great.
verse on that. It was like the place went, but I don't think half of them were newcomers that are just into that last album and maybe some Pusha T shit. So I don't think they got the significance of it. Like I remember when he came out, I was like Roscoe, and nobody even knew who he was, but it was really cool for old heads like
It was
me and
like
Rob.
the past three. I've been to a couple shows recently, so I've been to now Wu-Tang, Nasty Nas, and now the Clips, all old head shows. And like, I don't know about you, Mish, but you went to the Wu-Tang and the Clip show. Like the vibe of the crowd, like just the older crowd, like you don't got to worry about any foolishness. Like everyone's
Yeah.
in there just chilling, just like the nostalgia of it all. It's like a great vibe. So like I don't know, if we were talking about this last year, but we're talking about like the thought of going to a concert is great, but like the actual act of doing it, it's like it's terrible.
Yeah.
Listen,
I went
Meech,
to,
I'm
I
on the
went to
other
more
side of the fence
concerts.
now.
Meech was forgetting he had purchased tickets to concerts last
It
year.
was the Clips
Yeah,
concert.
it was the Clip show. It was with Fink. We all forgot, right?
Yeah.
But
I
no,
think
the show.
he had a dinner that night, and I just totally forgot that I had tickets.
And by the way,
I bought a ticket for it.
I must say, like for a guy who's not like the executive of like a gigantic company, nobody has more dinners than you, Fink. You've got dinners with boys. You've got
It's
dinners.
not me.
Like you have so many dinners. I've never seen a guy.
It's not me. It's not me.
Can we get a restaurant review from time to time? We're getting concert.
That wasn't a restaurant. It was in someone's house.
Well, I'm just saying, a lot of dinners. Bring
I was-
something to the table. Use this. Come on.
So
I was-
in the past 30 days, in the past calendar month, I've been to more concerts than I have in the previous 10 plus years.
Yeah, same.
Combined.
Exactly the
God
same.
damn.
And like
Between
it's
the-
been like
The Make the World Better Foundation, Wu-Tang, and the Clips on Tuesday.
and I throw nasty knives on top of it. Like it was like
you got one more than me.
I was like I said, it was just like the idea of these concerts is cool, but actually going, I don't know if I'm up to it. But now I'm like looking. I was like, what's coming up next? I want to see who's coming.
Yeah, I've had
Very
fun
rarely.
all three of them.
Very rarely do I go to a concert and regret going to it. It's just the getting there that sucks, But
yeah.
Anyway, all right. Listen, this was good. I'm down here feeling the vibes, making sure we're good for next week. Next week, we're really gonna blow the top off of it. Hopefully, we get good weather and the Good Heart deck will work. If not, looks like the garage is a pretty good place. We'll get Mark to pull the food truck up right out back.
Oh yeah.
And we're gonna just blow it out, man. We're gonna have a celebration of summer next week. That's the plan. So everybody, make your plans. Let us know when you're coming in. Let's be honest, I see you smirking a little bit. If you're not coming, just say it. Everything.
It's like 50. It's literally 50-50. It just depends on work.
Oh,
That's all that matters.
50-50 guy.
It depends on work.
You just got to get up at like 3:30, 4 in the morning, and hightail it back up to the Northeast. That's all.
That's all.
Well,
I'm
everybody
built like
make
that.
their plans. Yeah. Blake is saying he'll buy the Bronco for $3. It's not going to happen, dude. That thing's like an
I got
antique.
4.
It ain't mine, by the way. It ain't mine. Believe me. All right.
Bronco is way nice, Blake. You have no idea, buddy.
Very
Blake's on break,
exciting.
by the way. I want to hold on before we go.
Okay.
Blake, you MFer.
Whoa.
You left work. He's on what do you call it? Like paternal leave. So he had a baby and he's on leave. He left work and he's left me with a pile of shit to clean up. I had to call him on his day off. Or he called me.
Is this
on
a
his day
Teams
off.
meeting?
Yeah, this bastard. No, I'm just messing with you, Blake, man. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, dude. Enjoy your time off. Stop
I'm just
hating.
messing with him. He knows I'm always messing with him. And he's a loyal follower, man. If anyone gets into the fantasy league, Blake should be one in there.
Shout out,
He knows
Blake.
Football.
If anyone replaces a member of the crew, it would be Blake replacing you, I think, at this point. So
Probably.
Blake, we're ready for you.
Probably.
Nah, but thanks for anybody that tuned in. We'll be back next week. This week we had to scramble to even pull this thing together. Next week we're going to all be together celebrating the summer before it's over. I'm looking forward to it, gentlemen. Thank you for your time. And any last thoughts before we wrap this baby up? Go Birds.
Looks like Meeks got a one-way ticket to hell.
We're repeating. Birds repeat. Birds repeat. Birds repeat.
Take it